of you don't know me, I'm the court administrator, so I just want to personally thank everybody for taking time and coming here for this very special occasion. What we're doing today is we are accepting on behalf of the 23rd District Court judicial portrait of Judge Shackelford that's being presented to the court. We're very excited about that, and we have a couple speakers that are going to say a few very kind words. And before we do that, I want to introduce and just kind of acknowledge some of the very special people that are here today. We have Judge Sutherland. We have Judge Nasida. We have Judge Salomone over here. We also have First Judge McNally from 33rd District. Hello, Judge. We also have Mayor Tim Woolley right here. City Clerk Cindy Bauer. And Chief of Staff Dan Mazzurro. And I'm going to see oh, I haven't seen her. I didn't see her yet. Judge Coleman. She's hiding. Hi, Joey. Thank you for coming. So at this point, I'm just going to go ahead and turn it over to John Carmona. Where's John? You can come on up, John. Thank you.
All right. Thanks everyone for coming. Where to start? I've known Victoria for about 10 years now. I can honestly say that she and Amy are some of my best friends. I think the absolute world. So I will say that I was voluntold to come up and say something. I wasn't quite sure what to say. I still am not, so I had to ask. The thing is, I can't remember if they wanted the speech to be short and sweet or the speaker to be short and sweet. Either way, you guys are going to get both today. So, again, I was voluntold to come here, but I 100% volunteered to be a part of her amazing campaign. It was a remarkable and incredible journey to, well, keep her retained as Chief Judge here at this court. It's been nothing short of amazing, from our Wednesday meetings, late night texts and phone calls, discussing her awesome Facebook content. It honestly has been one exciting, educational, and fulfilling ride. I met so many amazing people from it. And from our team, I'm happy to say that I gained several wonderful friendships from that. I know myself, I feel very fortunate for that, but I think the rest of us on the team feel the same way. So Judge, this is a special moment, not only for you, but for this entire community. I mean, this is an amazing, beautiful portrait of Taylor's first female judge. But she's going to be up here now with three amazing former judges of the city, with Judge Nasida and Judge Sutherland, both of whom the courthouse is named after. And then Judge Salomone, who I know has been a great mentor to you over these past couple years. You're now going to be in the presence of them, but particularly in the presence of our future generations for them to see. Most notably for the little kid to see come in a couple months for the court's second annual law day, and that is because of her. I just hope that those kids look up to you the same way that I do. So in closing, B, I absolutely adore and revere you. I'm honored and proud to not only be your friend, but be a part of this special day. I cannot think of anyone more deserving. Thank you.
Judge Salomone, it's your turn.
Thank you. Good afternoon. It's great to see everybody. I just drove down. I got to work in Traverse City yesterday. It was a blast to go work at that city. It was really nice. But so it's nice to be here. Once again, be honoring Victoria for joining the bench. It's nice to see my old buddies, my mentors. It's nice not to be the oldest guy in the room. I agree with. It's nice to have a woman's portrait going up on the wall with us guys. But just as important, maybe even more importantly, at the time that she was appointed today, she was the most deserving, certainly the most qualified person to obtain that position. And I think we've seen that, because she understands these two gentlemen set one hell of a tradition and a high bar for us to follow. They set a high bar for not only how the court operates, what the public expects from us. And I think Victoria has understood that from the get-go. She knows what it means to be the tradition of honoring the law, respecting the law when you have a case before you. It's not about you in the robe, it's about what do we do with the people who stand before us. And I've seen her try and help people when they needed help. I've seen her when the public needs to be protected, be tough. And sometimes you can't do any of that. It's basically, let me just make a decision efficiently, and the public respects her for it. She also understands the tradition we've had here of the court being active in the community and what the community expects from us. So like John said, she started Law Day. And it was the end of COVID. And it was a way of opening up the court and saying, come on back, we're open, it's good to see you all. And this is what the law is about. And if you're young and you want a career in the law, here's where it starts. Here's where the law touches the community on a daily basis. She's continued the tradition of the treatment court, of helping people whenever she can, of doing the garden, which Joseph started so many years ago, and it's a great thing. The other way I think she understands what the community needs is Zoom. So during COVID, the courts, prior to COVID, I didn't know how to spell Zoom. Now it's an everyday appearance, an everyday occurrence. And she would, many courts now that our COVID threat is supposedly over are kind of restricting access by Zoom. And I told her Victoria, Shackelford, my friend, she said, no, we're going to let people use. She understands attorneys and parties, the people who we are supposed to serve at a court. They still want to use Zoom. They'd rather spend 40 minutes on your camera than 4 hours in your courthouse, and they're losing money for their pay. And so she gets it. She understands it. She understands the tradition. She knows what's expected of an elected official. Being an elected judge, it doesn't mean you're better than other elected officials, but you're different. I think as an elected judge, you're held to a slightly higher standard, both in your professional life and your personal life. And she tries to do this. She's not perfect, but I think we love her because we see her try every day to maintain that perfection, to keep it going. So I'm glad that you're going to be on the wall. I'm hoping you start a tradition now that maybe one day, far off, there'll be other ladies' portraits coming on, being hung on the wall. So then, you're going to hang next to me and I'm proud of you.
Okay, so thanks everyone. I probably should have prepared something. I didn't. So I'll try and be brief. The last year and a half has just been really overwhelming, just the most wonderful experience. I'm gonna start with like my family, Amy, of course, and my son, my mom, my brother are all here, my cousin. My family has been so great. This was just a huge transition for a family to understand what it's like to be in a public sphere, and it's different. It's a different life than we lived when I was at the prosecutor's office or when I did defense work. Judge Salomone has just been so great to me, such a good mentor. Judge McNally's here, and I can't not thank him. He's been a mentor of mine for my entire legal career, and having him here today is very nice. And Judge Nasita and Judge Sutherland, thank you so much for coming. Mayor, Cindy, Dan, who am I missing? Judge Hessen, thank you. If I miss someone, you can yell at me later. The court staff here, when I came in to the court, I'm gonna be honest, I had been a practicing attorney for almost 20 years, and I honestly thought judges knew the right answers. And when I took the bench, it was, that's not how it works. I thought somehow you got a robe and all of a sudden you knew what to do on every case in front of you. Because when I was an attorney, I felt like the judge should do this, and if they don't, the judge was, I don't know why the judge didn't do that day. He was, having a bad day probably, because I was right. But as a judge, it really is difficult because there are so many things I feel like I'm balancing, especially with the treatment court, because you have people that are in recovery, the early stages of recovery especially, and trying to figure out the best way to help them and the best way to work the program to make sure that we're getting good results for them. You know, it's difficult, it is, but it's been one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done in my career, and I've done just about everything a lawyer can do. My campaign committee is like John Carmona, Brittany, Leanna's here, Amy's here, Amanda's here, Gerald, who I've actually called Jer Bear now. Gerald, who am I missing from the campaign committee?
The other Amy, I mean, I don't,
Oh, she did something all on her own. They've just been like so great. We had these meetings and these like, you know, it's like a pressure cooker to develop friendships, and anyone who's had a campaign before knows that. Like, it's something about the experience, like we're bonded for life. Like, these are going to be my people forever and ever and ever until I die, whether they want me or not. Amy Maudlin and Deanna, just thank you so much. I posted about Amy on Facebook the other day, my court reporter. I don't know how I would not have survived the past year without her. She's always there. She always knows exactly where I'm supposed to be, even though half the time my head is spinning from all of the things that I have to do. So, and the staff's been great. I love the Gilmers, they know that. Did I get if I didn't get you, I'm sorry. It's like everyone that's here is so special to me. I want to just say thank you to all of you. So, but we don't have to go around the room and everyone can say their name and then I could say like I love all of you so much. We don't have to do that. You know how special you are to me. So I'm almost done. I want to say a few more things. I never get surprised. Ever, because I am nosy. I am a very good, I should have been a detective. I am one of the nosiest people I know. I want to know everyone's business. I need to know. And the fact that my friends pulled this off and surprised me with this was like, I'm nosy. And I thought I was going over to Marcia and Dave Gilmer's house to see Dave. He was getting ready to have a surgery. So I went over thinking we were just going to say, you know, good luck, have dinner with them and visit. And I get there, and I remember when we were driving there, I said to Amy, I wonder if anyone else is coming or if it's just us, because it wasn't really clear. I get there, I walk in, I see Amy, well, my Amy, she came with me. I see Gerald, I see Deanna, I see John and Brittany, Amy Maudlin, the Gilmers, because it's their house, Judge Salomone's there, my cousin Amanda's there, Leanna couldn't make it, but all of these people are there, and I'm thinking, this is weird, like, I didn't know they had that kind of friendship with the Gilmers. Like, I didn't know all of my friends were also their friends, but I still didn't get it. And then someone was going to say a word about Dave, and they told me to stand next to Dave, and then they surprised me with this beautiful painting. So they got me. I'm going to keep a much closer eye on all of them from here on out. But I just think it's great. I think it's great for the young girls, teenagers, the kids in the city to see a female judge. It's so important to see women in leadership roles. And I am going to continue to do what I've been doing for the last year and just do my best and get as involved in the community as I can. So thank you, and it's gorgeous, and thank you everyone that worked so hard to make all of this happen. That's it.